Hi, I'm John Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and I'm very excited today. We're taking a look at the London Contemporary Orchestra Strings from Spitfire Audio. Now, with the London Contemporary Orchestra Strings, Spitfire dives deep into sonorism. With a clear and present sample set of experimental articulations, many of which I've never heard before. Now, the surprising thing is just how playable this library is, given its aleatoric nature. London Contemporary Orchestra Strings downloads as about 28 gigabytes. It contains 4,200 plus samples, and it is a contact player instrument, meaning it's compatible with the full and free version of Contact. Library normally sells for $349 from Spitfire Audio. It is on a special intro price at the time of filming, $279 till March 9th, 2017. Now, Spitfire's London Contemporary Orchestra Strings was a collaboration with the London Contemporary Orchestra. They've been featured in music by Radiohead and recently completed a score for Jed Kurzel, the Alien Covenant score, which will be released in the not-too-distant future. The library comes with 4 main NKIs. You've got a violin section, violas, cello, and basses and cello. Those familiar with Spitfire audio as a multi-sampled instrument interface will be no stranger to this interface. You've got your articulations across the bottom here, which are triggered via key switch, and you've got the usual suspects of dynamics, vibrato, release, expression, and there's a reverb here as well. Over here, you've got microphone positions. You've got a close, a room, an effects 2, and a mix 1 and 2. Now, it's important to note that this library is recorded on a dry stage, so it doesn't have that beautiful room sound of the Spitfire orchestral libraries that are recorded in the Air studios. I found it to be extremely clear and present. Also had seen some criticism around the web about maybe how this library wouldn't really be able to blend with the other Spitfire orchestral libraries because it was recorded in a different space. However, I found that layering it on just the Albion 1 strings as a test, it kind of acted as though the London Contemporary Orchestra strings were more like a really present first chair, and playing with some different articulations really added life to the mix. Now, on the cons for me, the big one is I would have loved to have had the performance legato that Spitfire has developed. I absolutely am in love with that for the orchestra libraries, and having it for the London Contemporary Orchestra Strings would have made this just an amazing toolkit. That said, this library will be able to stand alone for underscore. I know that when you're creating a score for clients, especially for media, oftentimes you just need to evoke timbre and texture to follow a story. With a tool like this, you would be able to do that. So one of the questions that I also had gotten about the library was, why is this different than Tundra Albion 5? And one of the big differences right off the top is Albion 5 Tundra is the different sections of the orchestra, and the London Contemporary Orchestra is just strings. And on top of that, it is extremely dynamic and very experimental. It gets very loud and boisterous at times with some crazy articulations, whereas Tundra Albion 5, that does tend to be like the most spittle, soft dynamic that you could possibly record. With the London Contemporary Orchestra Strings, some of these articulations, like what was the name of it? The Spectra Scrub. I actually had to stop when I was playing it because I thought maybe there was something weird going on. Did I have a synthesizer on another track? Immediately, I had to stop and Google Spectra Scrub, which took me directly to a website selling medical wardrobe supplies. Now, for even more pros and cons and thoughts, head over to the full written review. I'll, of course, include a link to that in the description below. So what are your thoughts? Are you looking to pick up the London Contemporary Orchestra Strings? Are these the kind of libraries you're looking for from Spitfire Audio? Please comment in the description below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Show your support. And head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news and reviews.